All right, everybody, welcome back. We're diving right back into the thick of it, and let me tell you, we've got something special lined up for you today.
Yeah, this is exciting stuff.
We're talking Calcutta Football League. We're talking data. We're talking serious Moneyball vibes, right?
Absolutely.
And for those of you who maybe haven't had the chance to really follow the CFL, we're here to break it down, pull out those hidden gems in the stats, really paint a picture of what's going on.
Yeah, and this isn't just your run-of-the-mill, wins and losses kind of analysis. We've got our hands on something really cool.
This document we've got, it's incredible. Points per game analytics, performance index even. This is next level stuff.
Right, and speaking of the performance index, that's something I'm really curious to dig into. What exactly does that measure?
Yeah, what's the secret sauce in that formula, right?
Exactly. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's set the stage a bit. We're looking at data specifically for Group B in the CFL. And get this, they're about to enter a phase called Super 6.
Super 6? Sounds pretty intense.
It is. This is basically the knockout round. So the teams we're looking at, they're fighting for the championship. The stakes are high.
Wow. Okay, so every goal, every point, everything matters even more now.
Precisely. And that's what makes this data, especially these PPG comparisons, so interesting.
You're talking about comparing last year's points per game to this year's, right?
Exactly. We can see who's stepped up their game, who might be stumbling a bit.
Okay, let's jump into some specifics then. Just looking at the table here, East Bengal, their PPG, it's skyrocketed since last year. What's fueling that kind of improvement?
Right, talk about a glow up. Could be a few things. New tactics. Maybe they've got some hot-shot new players shaking things up. Or, hey, maybe their opponents this year just aren't as tough.
Interesting. But you'd need more data, right, to really know for sure.
Absolutely. You'd want to look at individual match data, see how they're performing against different teams. But on the surface, impressive.
Okay, here's one that caught my eye. Mohan Bagan SG. Huge name in Indian football, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely a fan favorite.
But their PPG, it's actually gone down since last year. That's a surprise.
Right. You'd expect them to be at the top of their game. Maybe they're rebuilding. Maybe they've had some bad luck with injuries or something. This is where things get really interesting, right? Because we've got this data point, and it raises more questions than answers.
The mystery deepens. I like it.
And this is where that performance index you mentioned earlier could come in handy. It might be able to shed some light on things. Because remember, it takes into account more than just goals. So even if a team's PPG is down, they might still be performing well in other areas.
That makes sense. It's about the bigger picture, not just the goals.
Precisely.
All right, before we wrap up, one more team I want to touch on. Police AC. Seems like they're having a tougher time this year. Their PPG is taking a dip.
Yeah, definitely not the start they were hoping for. And that's the thing about the CFL. It's a grind. Keeping up that momentum season after season, it's not easy.
So the big question is, can they turn it around?
Exactly. Is this just a blip, or is there something more fundamental going on? Only time will tell.
And that's the beauty of it, right? We're just scratching the surface here. This document, it's like a treasure chest of stories waiting to be told.
Absolutely. And I have a feeling we'll be revisiting this more in the future.
Absolutely. But for now, we want to hear from you. Based on what we've uncovered today, which team's story are you most drawn to? Whose journey are you following in the 2024 CFL? Let us know. And we'll be back soon with another deep dive.